Greetings and welcome to Spider McGowanport's channel. This time, Battletoads. Yeah, the cartridge is in playable condition. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and we'll clean those contact pads. And we'll reminisce about what it was to play Battletoads back in the day without the game enhancer versus game enhancer and using warps versus not using warps. So here's the color combination. I have a purple for the purple right here. Or violet, however we want a color combination. Yellow goes with the yellow, and green goes with the green. Alright. Now, I do not believe that this game has ever been opened. We'll see. Doesn't everybody tell me down in the comment section how often or how far did you play and get in Battletoads? Because I got to the tunnel. That's pretty much it, man. Other than that, I was pretty much, dead meat. I was just frog legs for dinner. Or toad legs for dinner. Yeah. I'm glad I tore it apart. It's going to need some cleaning. See those contact pads? I don't believe these are ever going to polish up to a mirror, but it is what it is, right? Alright, I'm going to get this out of the way here. Move this around here so you guys can get these numbers and all this. Because I know this is like... Let me get my hands out of the way. Did you get the numbers? I think you do. Boop. Alright. I'm going to sit here and admire the board for a little bit. I've never taken apart Battletoads. I never actually owned the cartridge either. I always would borrow it from a friend or I would rent it. And then every time that I would rent it, I'd be like, oh, I think I'm just a glutton for punishment. Because there's no way that I would ever be able to beat this game. And it wasn't until just recently that I purchased the game that I have the ROM that I'm able to actually play the game with codes that I made in assembly. And I was able to find the jump code, invincibility, which kind of works. Some of the enemies, once they get you permanently. Like, even if you have invincibility on, they'll still get you, kind of thing. It's really weird. It's really odd. I'll probably show that in a small little video, like right up here in the corner here. I'll get my hand out of the way. It's like right here. I'll put that up, the code video, right there. So I was able to get to the very end of the game, but I had to use some strategy, save states, like constant, continuous hitting the pause button during the jet stage. During the other stage, I just used the jump. The tunnel, the tunnel. That was just, the jump code just allows you to jump, and I just turned the code off and on, and the bike would just hover. I'll show you right here. It'll just hover there. It's really cool. Oh, this game's awesome. It really is. But yeah, why don't you all tell me what Battletoads did to you and your friendships? Because any gamer worth their grain of salt would know that this game right here makes you salty. You know, like, it makes you really, really mad. And if you're playing two-player co-op and you have your buddy over there and he's dying constantly and he's taking your lives, that could make or break a friendship, I could tell you what. My friends and I, when we played, we always would, we wouldn't compete in that level of gameplay. We'd be like, okay, we're done with this game, we'll move on to the next one. This is Trade West, isn't it? Yeah, Trade West. Another Trade West game, I believe, was a Snake, Rattle, and Roll, and you're playing that one, two-player. Oh. That's another game that it's can get you really, really frustrating because it's like Marble Madness, with more to it, because I just gotta say, man, at the end, that foot is basically invincible unless you use turbo or rapid fire on your controller. You have to hit him 30 times consecutively. If you don't, it like regens. It's really weird. It's like it stays alive no matter what you do. This game, like I was saying, is like first level. There is a spot where you can actually warp to the tunnel, like stage 3, I believe. And then in the tunnel, there's another warp in that one where you think you'd either drop down below and it warps you to another spot. I don't remember exactly where it's at, but I probably could find it or do some research on it and find out where it's at. But you know, I'm not worried about warping in the game or beating this game on a play. I just nah. To me, it's just the nostalgia of hearing the music and watching what they do, because I remember the Double Dragon version of this one. You know, what is it, the Battletoads versus Double Dragon, or yeah, I think it's versus Double Dragon, something like that. Yeah, Double Dragon's a Trade West game as well, I believe. Just want to make sure I get all this broken up, because I saw a lot of debris. Yeah, look at that baked on breath. And that's before we even hit it with the eraser. Some of these games have some serious tarnish and vertigo in them. But that's why we can take them apart and clean them. I'm going to let it dry for a second here. Alright. I'll just clean the tip on my eraser there. So the other night I was able to get out and sing some karaoke. I haven't left my house in over a year and a half. I'm sure you all, if you've been following along on the videos that I've been making, you've been hearing me talk about that, where I don't go anywhere, I don't do much of anything. This is what I like to do. I mean, you all are my family. It's what I got. Ooh, these are going to shine up. Going from dull to shine. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh, that's going to be great. Yeah, I don't see any cart to board wear line. I'm very happy on that. I think somebody really took care of this game. Where they probably just had it on the shelf and didn't want to play it too often. Which is understandable. I mean, if you beat the game, you've already beaten it. And it'd be questionable whether or not you would want to jump back on it again to beat it again and again. Or you didn't have anybody to come over to play with, you know. That'd make a difference for me. As I like playing this game with 2 players, because then it's more of a, you know, hilarity where you can laugh at each other when you kick the bucket in most, you know, inconspicuous ways. Like, how did that happen? What? Why? Where? Then you gotta start all over again. By that time, you'd probably turn on something else. I mean, I'd probably throw in, you know, another co-op game. I don't want to compete with this one's title, so I'm not going to say another one, but you all know which one I would probably throw in by now. It's 2-player. gonna shine up nicely. Okay, I'm gonna clean up and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, with Battletoads, how many games do you know where you get to hit something so hard, you get this tremendous boot come off of your avatar of your character, and then you just kick them right off the screen. I mean, especially on Nintendo. I mean, Super Nintendo, sure, that happened quite a bit. You know, like where you get the coming at you shot of the enemy, but on a Nintendo game, very seldom do you ever see anything even come close to the level of creativity. I mean, just on the first bad guy, the first enemy that shooting lasers at you, and then the ball comes out, you know, and it's was it first-person shooter, basically, shooting at the toads. That was impressive, just to see that alone. I mean, I know this game's on other consoles too. Let's see. Nintendo was the first to introduce it to me. You know, that's my first introduction to the game. And you got a 2-player co-op. I mean, I don't remember. I haven't played it in a while. 2-player, and I'm thinking that you could probably damage each other. Can you not? Can you not kick each other into the ground and then hit each other with weapons and items as you get in the game? I think, yeah, it is. In the second, there's a second stage, or right at the beginning of, right before the tunnel, where you're rappelling down on a rope or a line, and you get yourself a sword, or one of those bird's beaks. Yeah, and you can actually literally cut your buddy's line if you're going across the screen with it. Or if like the line's right there by your attack, and you're attacking, and then it snips that line. Oh, well, when was that? I remember vaguely back when I was a kid that actually was something that I think either one of my brother's friends would do to me. So let's play a game of Battletoads, and then he would intentionally do that to kill me off. And then he told me to put my controller down to get me to leave. You know, like, you know, this will keep him from showing up again around here when we're playing games, kind of thing. You know, that's the crazy part, is that as soon as I figured out that that's what was going to happen, I'd stay the top left or top right of the screen, and then I'd drop down in my anvil form, or that the bell form in the corner. You like right up here, I'll show you. It's like you drop down and you just slam across the room and you hit that enemy with it. And so I figured that one out real quick. And then I was the only one that was able to get that far in the tunnel too, where I was, you know, like right at the very end almost, where I was just about to beat it, and I'd always just put last life, you know, that kind of thing. Like I said, I never owned this game. I only rented it, and I only had borrowed it from people that we knew over the years. It looks really good versus what these have all that tarnish on them. That's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna go yellow, but I remember that yellow washes my screen out and causes it to have errors with focus. And even this is not color blue. On my screen right now, it looks like blue, but it's not. It's actually a violet color. I don't have any ability to color adjust. I might do that in post-production with my editing software, which I actually finally have now, so I'm really happy about having that. It's not Pro Tools or anything like that, it's just a, what is it, Vegas Video Studio? Or Movie Studio? Yeah, Vegas Movie Studio. And I like it. It's not bad. I wish it was just a little bit more stable for Windows 8.11, since I'm not going to upgrade to 10 until I really have to. And if I'm going to get 10, I'm just going to get a different computer. This PC right here would be probably just a streamer, something that I can stream with. Media, content, stuff like that. Maybe do some lightweight audio with it too. Give me a second. My apologies, I had a frog in my throat. And we're talking about Battletoads here. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. No, I've been having a little bit of an issue ever since I went out and did some karaoke. I really belted it out with my buddy. Singing Stained. Epiphany. It's one of our favorite songs that we duet together. The crowd really seems to enjoy hearing that. Hearing us sing that together. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I haven't been out for a long while. And when I got out there, I was like, whoa, look at all these people. And many had masks, but many did not have masks. Like, it wasn't necessarily enforced kind of thing, where you should wear them kind of thing, or you didn't have to. And I noticed that when people were there, nobody was coughing, nobody was sneezing, nobody had any sniffles. Come on, we're a little more hyper vigilant now about these things. So it's like awesome. So if people are not feeling good, they stay home now. I mean, they should have been doing that years ago. We should have been doing that at least 5 to 10 years ago. Then we wouldn't be in the predicament that we're in right now. I mean, did they not automatically say that a long while back when we started using hand sanitizer, that we're going to get those super germs or super bugs? Well, this is the outcome of that. It's too much of it. Or too much of a good thing. Like too much of a powerful thing. And then now we have a thing that will actually be resistant to it. And I know people are going to say, well, that was man-made. And I was like, well, aren't they all? Don't they intubate in us? Mutate along the line? Just like anything else, it's a living organism. Or... No, yeah, right? I think it's an organism or something like that. Virulent. Yeah, I was like, I haven't had a adult beverage in such a long time, so I went ahead and I had a couple, and I asked the tender, the bartender, to be like just a very, very small amount of my favorite liquor in it, and I was like, just a little bit, just enough to taste it, but not enough to actually inebriate me. I didn't want to be inebriated when I was up there doing my stuff and singing, and it made my night so much better. So many years worth of going out there and doing karaoke and just really drinking heavy drinking, and it lost its luster. But give me a second, I'm gonna go get it cleaned up And yeah, I didn't overindulge or anything. It was just a really, really nice, relaxing evening. And I had my brother from another mother take me out and took me over there, got me out of the house. And I'm just uber thankful for having such, amazing family. That even through all of what's going on right now, that they'd be willing to, get me out of the house and go and do something. U2 character. Oh, that's character RAM. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's program. T1 program. That's RAM. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, I knew it back in the time when I said something about RAM and ROM, that there are two different versions of it. Yeah, see, like an AO ROM up here. It actually says RAM on the board right here. And that'd be component, and there's cap. That's not a cap. And this is cap, C3. And U3, that's would be the lockout chip. What would that one be? Cool. Yeah, we got it all scrubbed too, didn't we? Okay, let me get a little bit more here on that. And then we'll check it for its bling. And then we'll put it inside the console and see if we can get to the tunnel at least. I just want to see what the timings are like on this particular cartridge version. Because the version when I played it may be different than the one I'm playing right now on this one. Like, they're not all created equal, Nintendo cartridges. They're just not. I mean, you could look at the seal quality for one. Whether or not it's going to be different, and if it's Rev A or if it's not Rev A or non-Rev A. They all have a difference on difficulty level. So thank you, camera, for working properly this time. What's that right there? Oh, it just feels good. I thought it was going to be a little corrosion there or something. Okay, just a little bit more buffing out here and there, but yeah, we'll go ahead and put it inside the console and give her a play. See you guys in a little bit. Let's play a quick game of Battletoads. And yeah, I have actually clear sleeves. And if you want to know what the product is, it's called Global Game Gear. I like these a lot. But yeah, let's play a quick game of Battletoads. And what do I think about Battletoads? Nah, it's not that bad. So yeah, cleaning it was a great idea. I have the volume turned down so I don't have to worry about a YouTube copyright thing. And then I'll put my own music in the background here. Yeah, look at that. See, through emulation, I have to change the timing on it, otherwise it won't work properly. Yeah, up here is the actual warp. So give me a second here. I'm going to see if I can... to see if I can get to that. I want to see that warp. I'm sure you all want to see it too, right? There it is. Awesome, everyone. Oh, and they called it's not even called the tunnel, it's called the chasm. Okay, cool. Yeah, right there. Boot to the head. How many games have you seen ever do that? Love it. Getting back my health. Oh, come on. Yeah, there's certain spots in this game that are just life eaters. Oh no. The dreaded chasm. Really, see about the timing here on this one. Back in the day, I used to use the NES Max controller because it took away the thumb fatigue of rocking it back and forth when you're playing this particular stage. Oh, right there, too. So it was right on the timing. Oh, smoke, dude. Well, at least we know we can warp here really quick. It's been a long time since I played this. Let's try this over again. Since we know we can actually stage select. In a way. Wouldn't that be great for an actual... at the title screen? Oh yeah, that's that stupid... upscaler I'm using. Yep, that took it away. Yeah, the upscaler ruined it for me. If it does it again, what I'll do is I'll just change it out to a different one. Nice. Big old boot to the head, man. The stage where that one's a boss, where these guys right here are an actual boss. Yeah, right. I'm not going to die this time. They got me one time. Tricked me once. I'm gonna try the bomb bike this time. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it's just pulling me right into the bottom. Yeah, it just really wants to suck your lives. At least the game's not broken. We've seen broken games. Killed me again. This is where I used a lot of save states. See, that's why I don't want to keep this scaler going. It's just ridiculous. It's like, you want to play a game, it's going to get you killed. Yeah, it sucks you right off the edge there. Man, this game's ridiculous. Battletoads. So I found a copy of this cartridge on my favorite buy site. It was priced like almost too good to be true, so I couldn't pass it up, so I went ahead and grabbed it. You can still see it's in this plastic, it's all sealed up still. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open this cartridge up. We'll clean those contact pads, and we'll reminisce about Battletoads. See, back when I was a kid, when I played Battletoads for the first time, I loved it. You know, I absolutely loved it. And then as I got into the game a little further, and a little further, I realized, yeah, it got so complicated, so difficult. By the time you got to the tunnel, they're like, maybe I should just turn this one off or keep going. No, you grab the game genie, man, and you put on infinite lives, and you just power through it and see how much further you can get, even with infinite lives. I was able to, get to the very end of, I believe, the spaceship stage. Where you're flying through with the spaceship, or no, it's a plane. It's a plane, right? Or is it a jet? It's a jet, I think. Something like that. Either way, that level with the lightning going across the screen, and it gets smaller and it gets larger, and oh man, yeah, that gets really annoying. But if you have a way to hit the pause button rapidly, you could, yeah, you can get through it. You really can. I mean, it's a little tricky, but there's stage select, there's warps, and a bunch of other things too for this game. But yeah, enough reminiscing.